what's funny is like being on the road, kind of also being in the middle of promotion, you find that you really want to enjoy your interviews or your time with journalists or your time with, people in radio or press, because they're actually some of the only people you end up seeing, because like you're traveling every day when you're not playing. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I always learn something.
We put the hashtag out there.
No, you didn't.
Yes, we had fans like tweeting us because obviously your fan base is ridiculous. Can I just ask why? How is this fan base selling out the tour in like 15 minutes?
I think that there is a lot of compassion from people who have sort of had like a more tumultuous life. I think people kind of realize my career's been up and down, and maybe they kind of relate to like that sort of, I don't know, inconsistency. And so the people who do come, which is not, it's not like arena size venues, but the people who do come, like they really are fans. They're like personally and musically, and so it's become like a really touching event each show for me.
That's so awesome.
It's pretty crazy.
One of the girls, Olivia, she asked, what is your dream and are you living it?
My dream was to become a touring musician, but now that I'm living it, it doesn't really feel like what I thought it was going to feel like. Now my dream is just to have fun for the rest of my life, and I don't know if that's going to happen. I hope so.
That's great advice right there, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can always keep dreaming.
Exactly. I mean, dreaming in itself is such an amazing way to spend your time. I'm a big dreamer.
So,
Olivia,
you're out on the tour. You're promoting the new album.
Yes.
It's out in June.
Yes.
Because I'm sure you've heard this a billion times already. What's the difference between the last album and this album? Or are they similar? Or
I mean, they're similar in that they're autobiographical. I think meeting Dan Auerbach in December and going to Nashville with him in January made the experience of recording really different, just because it felt really live and organic, and we had such good chemistry between me and him and his best friends who made up this big band I was playing with. And so, I mean, I would say it was just really fun. It was nice to be with the guys and nice to record live down on 8th Street. And, but I mean, it feels like there's continuity, like just atmospherically within all three records, Born to Die, Paradise, and Ultraviolence. So I see a lot of similarities.
Right.
Yeah, but it's kind of just an evolution.
Catherine, another tweet that we got, she wanted to know what song that you're excited for fans to hear off the album.
I'm excited for them to hear the opening track, Cruel World. I love that, like, I wrote it with my guitar player in the band, Blake Stranathan, and it has kind of a 25-second heavy guitar interlude. And I just like that it sort of sets the tone, kind of puts us on the West Coast, because it sort of dabbles in psychedelia. And I like that the verses are really calm and repetitive, and then it breaks into this like, dynamic, kind of chaotic chorus. So I feel like it embodies me in my life. Right. Yeah, for sure.
Was that your choice to drop West Coast a month ago at Coachella?
Yeah.
You wanted that to be the first thing that people heard?
I did. I felt like even though there was sort of a tempo change and it slipped into a slower groove in the chorus, it just was the one that felt really right to me, and also was kind of connecting in a way back to the old record, but moved on, more towards the Pacific Ocean. Right. Yeah, so I liked that as the first thing.
So Lana Del Rey gets a day off. How does she spend it? What does she do? What does she want to do? Is it like pajamas and do nothing, or?
I do a lot of nothing on my day off, yeah. I mean, like, I've been going back and forth to New York because we've been on the East Coast for the last couple of weeks in Philly and Connecticut. So I lived there for like 10 years. So I've seen old friends, and I have my good friend Jane, and my sister, my younger sister, is there. So I don't know, go out to lunch, see the city, go back to the West Side Highway, do all that stuff, yeah.
Say I'm not a fan.
Okay.
How would you describe yourself?
I would say, I'm a fan of kind of underground jazz culture. I feel like I have roots in jazz music. I love that there's jazz undertones in this record. There's cinematic influences. It's good driving music. It's good, I don't know.
I would say 90% females just lined around the building tonight. Obviously, the chicks connect. Get it. Yeah, the chicks get it. Like, you guys are on the same page.
Yeah, we're on the same level. Me and the girls. They know what's going on. Yeah, for sure. Definitely, yeah.
Jazz, a big influence. I mean, is there anything else that like we wouldn't think would be such an influence?
A lot of things influence me. I mean, definitely just like you said, on days off, like people I run into, people I've never met who are sort of high impact characters, and I don't know. I mean, I love early. I don't know. I love like early '90s hip hop. I love movies. I like the '50s crooners. So it's kind of an amalgamation of different.
Like your job never stops. You're always influenced by something.
I am. I'm definitely an observer, and I find even the most kind of simple, boring things I'm always taking in and incorporating.
My wife says that she is a professional people watcher.
Totally. I'm with her.
She just watches people.
Yeah.
She thinks it's awesome.
Yeah. And do you live here?
Yes.
It must be interesting.
Oh, it's a blast.
I'm sure.
I'll take her to shows.
Yeah.
And she just watches. We were just in New York for Lady Gaga.
Amazing.
And, yeah, it was a great show, but yeah, she's just like...
That's so great.
The same way.
Yeah.
You can literally, and especially like New York City, you can just people watch for...
Definitely. That's what I did for years. I was just sort of there soaking up that kind of kinetic energy.
Right.
Yeah, the energy is so high in New York. Even going back the last 2 weeks has been really, really good for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
One last question. Advice for all those girls that are out there around the building or couldn't make it tonight or, catch this interview.
I mean, I would just say that I love them and like I appreciate each person who's there, and I hope that, they're all getting to do exactly what they want, and that it doesn't go unnoticed by me, that they are supportive, and I hope that they're being supported too.